Hello, Assalamualaikum. Terima kasih kerana masih menonton Astro Awani dan ini Bisnes Alternatif. Bersama saya Hilal Azmi dan apa yang menariknya untuk Bisnes Alternatif hari ini ialah saya akan membawakan satu topik iaitu trend penjagaan kesihatan untuk wanita, kanak-kanak dan juga orang tua. Bagaimana trend ini boleh membuka peluang-peluang baru bisnes, itu yang perbincangan telah saya sediakan untuk tatapan anda. Saksikan.
Today's parents are more educated, and also with the internet, all these things you can access and then read about children health, everything. So they are more inquisitive, like they want to know more. So that's where the trend, for this hospital, we started with not only about selling about our medicine or our services, everything. We also talk about education. First is to educate the parents to say that yes, young mother when they first have baby, first thing is very important is immunization, the baby immunization. So we come up with a program to make sure that their child is immunization. And then to also give them a education booklet to understand that every month you have to take note of your child development, the children development, so that if a child cannot respond to, let's say, hearing or grasping the eye contact, all these things, it's always come back to the clinic here so that we can provide the care. Bottom line is that we wanted to make sure that a child get the treatment early detection. That means you early detect that the child has some problem or the child needs developmental care or anything, or motor skill not there, speech is not there, cannot talk, cannot anything, so that we can detect early detection. When you have detect early detection, you can correct it, you can do prevention, so that at least the child can go into the normal, pool that you can develop them, and then they can go back to school and then normalize it. Previously, people are more skeptical about, oh, I don't know why my child cannot speak. They don't even bother to seek treatment, early treatment. Why a child don't want to eat, why a child don't want to speak, why a child cannot crawl or cannot play. So these are the things that we wanted, that the parents are more educated, they can come back to our center. So it's educating the parents first, because the parents are educated. When we educate, means we give them materials to start to read, to understand the child development. So that's why we position ourselves in a very different, that we are a one-stop center of excellence for children. And first thing is educating our part. Second thing is that when they come, we have the clinicians. Clinicians means that we have all the pediatricians, different category of the pediatricians, subspecialty. We have child developmental, we have neonatology, we have cardiology, child cardiology, we have child orthopedic, so that we can offer the services, a one-stop office services to them. On top of that, the facility itself, that means pre already. That means a baby that is born, let's say, like I mentioned just now, 5 weeks old, we also can take premature, because we have the facility in place. We have the neonatology in place to at least care for the preborn, the premature baby. 80s or the 90s, child, they always talk about environment. Environment is very important to them. And people are talking about living, green living, and then the healthy living. Even when they buy a house, they want to see that the house got a park, got garden, got a safe place for them to run, to do the exercise. So the trend is also the same. Like hospital today, my hospital is built in the concept of carbon footprint, that we have a lot of green here in the hospital itself. We have a courtyard at our specialist outpatient clinic. Children who come to see the doctors, they saw a courtyard, there's a pond there, they feel safe. And the parents also feel safe because accessibility is there. Safe environment. And then our wards with all the window, children will feel that if they're sick, they stay in the hospital, in the bed. They don't just in the bed that is all walls. They can see on a very nice window, and outside there they can see the greenery, the sky. And another thing is about safety. A lot of people look for safety. When you send your child to a school, you also look for safety. Is the school, safe enough? You don't want your child to get lost. You don't want the child to get, injured unnecessarily. So same concept in here. Accessibility to our hospital is very safe and secure. We have, invested in door access card that unnecessarily only authorized personnel can go in, number one. Accessibility from car park to the hospital. Even it's different block, we have a link bridge at first floor. Meaning that, olden days people will say that, or park the car, they have to walk so far. So this is a trend that patients look for, that how is this hospital when I drive into the car park, is it friendly enough? And that is a trend that not only for their child, for the elderly also. If you are a mother and you have a mother, a grandmother, and you have a young kids, imagine a mother driving to the hospital, park the car, have to take care of the elderly, have to take care of the young one. So the trend is that, yeah, people are looking for all this accessibility. I think the care is given. My hospital will be just like any other hospital. We are professional, we are excellent in our healthcare providing, but I think the ambience is different. Our ambience, our green, and our security and accessibility to the hospital. This is where we are different.
Baiklah, Bisnes Alternatif berehat dulu seketika dan kita kembali lagi selepas ini. Kembali lagi bersama saya Hilal Azmi dalam Bisnes Alternatif. Kalau tadi kita dah tahu bagaimana trend wanita, kanak-kanak dan juga orang tua dalam menjaga kesihatan mereka, dan hari ini sekarang ni saya pula ingin mengetahui bagaimana sebenarnya kaedah-kaedah dan idea ini sebenarnya boleh digunakan untuk membina sebuah hospital yang mempunyai kepakaran khusus untuk ketiga-tiga golongan masyarakat ini. Kita saksikan.
Now, why Park City wants to be that? I mean, Park City Hospital wants to be that is, first, when we built this hospital, we actually have looked into the demographic of this area. It's the northwest of Greater KL. It's a booming population. Booming means that we can see that a lot of the housing estate here are for the young executive, young couples that have just married, delivered baby. And apart from that, we also noted that these young people also have family, mother and father. That's why the three things come into mind: children, women, elderly, that we want to serve the community here. And as we serve the community, we just don't want to be just any normal hospital anymore. As we started to serve the community with children, women and elderly healthcare, we wanted to position ourselves to be the center of excellence. And to be that, we are putting ourselves in this journey that when we develop, we will develop together with the trend, that the ambience, the security, the accessibility that I mentioned just now, and together with the 28 years of tradition, excellence healthcare by Subang Jaya Medical Center, which is, our flagship hospital that everybody know. SJMC is the hospital for a lot of excellence. They won a lot of awards, and that's why we are here today to serve the community of the Northwest. That is why we developed the idea of coming into this Park City area, Kepong Park City and the Sungai Buloh area, and to be anchoring ourselves and to serve the community. We actually learn from SJ, like building this hospital, especially we are not going to, clinical, SJ is the strong. They are going to, we're going to carry on their tradition about how we deliver care, how we deliver excellence healthcare to all our patients. Now from the learning, how we built this hospital is learning from SJ. 25 years ago, it's different from today's trend. We are talking about 30 years ago. People acceptance is also different. Now people look for, let's say, why we say different is like we also segregate our patient lobby and visitors lobby, number one. People don't feel comfortable when they're sick. You push them into a lift and then everybody's still sharing the same lift. So you see Park City Hospital, we have patient lift and visitor lift. This is number one. Number two is about accessibility. Back then, people just built hospital. Less people talk about car park. People that hardly talk about car park. In fact, car park is one of the things always less. Here, when we build a hospital, we put in mind that we must have a block of car park, 7-story and 700 base. And not only that, the car park that is accessible to the hospital easily 24 hours, that the patient don't walk out under the rain or shine, that they can come in. And also, we also learned that patients also, they are sick, but we don't want to make them more sick, right? We want them to have the green, the rejuvenation that they can have. If they feel well, they walk out, there's a courtyard for them to walk, a garden for them to walk. So the greenery. And the worst is that they don't want to stay in the room, even ICU. Look at our ICU, it's all with windows. So this is what we are talking about, different, the benchmark. So we learned from our previous hospital, and when we built this hospital, we put in place all these things and security. I mean, hospital used to be, yes, it's an open door, but we want to be able to have security with good door access, CCTV. And then when they come, today's people are all with Wi-Fi. You have iPad, iPhone, all sort of phones. I mean, wireless phone, the Android phone, all. So they wanted to be able to have accessibility. That's why you see this house is all Wi-Fi also. So the broadband, the Wi-Fi. And we are the first hospital also. We also look at patient waiting time, not to let patient, whether you're young, old, or elderly, to wait too long. So we started with EMR, electronic medical record. And in fact, we are one of the best. I mean, we can warn the Frost and Sullivan implementation in this EMR, meaning that we have implemented it well enough to be successful. So that there's cut down the waiting time, your security in your data, and how to say, another thing is that in future, you don't have to worry about where your data is, can be shared among the 3 hospitals under the SIMW group. We'll still grow. We want to grow stronger and become bigger in the regional. That's what we aspire to be. And not only to be, I mean, in terms of bigger or stronger or what, mostly is that we want to have patient care. We want to be care for patient, care and compassion to the patient. That patient feel that when they come to our or any of our hospital, they have a good experience and they become well faster. And we will still want to deliver the best, I mean, healthcare, excellence in our healthcare care to the patient. And that same goes with our clinicians.
Baiklah, itu saja masa yang kita ada untuk Bisnes Alternatif kali ini. Jangan lupa untuk terus ikuti kami di Astro Awani saluran 501 dan juga Instagram kami @501awani untuk berita-berita segenap dimensi. Bersama saya Hilal Azmi dan kita jumpa lagi di episod yang akan datang. Bye-bye.